Hello, I'm Andreas, Managing Director of Black Forest Games. Welcome to our third Gianna Sisters live stream. This week we will have again news for you, a special guest again, answers to your questions, and we are only 11 days from release, so it's getting closer and closer. Let me hand over to Vladimir, who is this week with Emily. I think if we switch our female team members each week, we will soon run out of them. So enjoy the show.
There's only one more left. So.
Yeah, thank you, Andreas. Hi guys. You noticed another week, another girly. So Emily, tell a little bit about yourself, please.
Okay, I'm Emily. I'm an associate producer here at Black Forest Games, which is a fancy word for Vladimir's assistant. What I do generally is manage the relationship between the team and the external PR team and do some community management in between, so Twitter feed, Facebook page, and things like that. So, and then anything else, Vladimir's bidding, I run around and do that too.
Cool. So today I want to talk, we're on the finishing line. So tonight we will build our first good candidate version, like integral, all-inclusive. And I would like to talk today a little bit about the lockbox element in the game. So, please. Not all the levels are linear, and some levels are encouraging exploration and roaming around, and you will recognize which game they are inspired by. Actually, it's a Castlevania meets holdover from our very early concept when the game was a bit more explorational and you were roaming around the level and not rushing it through in a linear manner. So we kept some of these levels like that just to alternate pacing after a chain of hardcore grinding linear levels. You have a little bit of time to catch your breath and just explore the environment. So as you see here, the element looks like a box. There are some key shaped icons on it, and you essentially have to collect all the keys, usually it's 5, to unlock the door. So you see me just posing and running around as a Gianna, trying to collect all of them, and bingo.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So it was a simple tutorial, introductory element, but now we're getting to the central point of this level, this lockbox. Eventually it's designed in the form of a hub, so you have to run around the level, collect all 5 keys, star-shaped in multiple directions, and you see, by the way, in the background you should be able to see our gorgeous castle level in a final fidelity and lighting, and you see me just essentially running around collecting keys, and bang, we're getting close to this new dude. Can I see it? Yes.
Yeah, you can, don't worry.
So do you recognize him?
Yeah, it's the Kickstarter award, Spiky Box.
Exactly. I reckon you remember it. And so
yes, sir.
Dash was super powerful, so we were looking for the enemies that can reflect Dash, like the spiky owls from the previous video, and this dude is a new guy. So it has dual purpose to it. In the box shape, he is immune to the dashes, but at the same time, being stunned and converted in a different world, you can turn it into a trampoline. It looks a bit tricky at first because it has spikes, and spikes are triggered on the proximity, but it gives you a small grace period to escape them. And on top of it, once you master his stun twirl, you will be able to use it as your personal jump pad that you can carry around with you around the level. Within the boundaries, of course.
And have a sugar high energy explosion around the around the level.
By the way, during this dashing sequence I picked up 1 key. So and now you see me picking up the others. So another one. And one more here. So this spiky dude, at first we use him for more puzzly passages, but later on, once you master it, it will be used for the fast-paced levels as well. So truly twisty, multi-purpose guy. So next thing would be, I promised to show some of the boss experience, and here we go. So the first boss of the game would be a classic Gianna nemesis, promoted to be a boss of his own. It's a Bioworm, so-called, Hansel and Gretel, inspired by the German folk tales. And it will be clearly familiar for all the classic platformer lovers. It's retro patterns, it's nostalgic dynamics, all seem familiar, and at the same time it will kick your ass like in the oldie days. You see it here. By the way, Sarah is playing the game. So you have to survive his first routine, and you can dash it. The only thing you can influence, you have to use environment for your advantage. You see this spiky thingy? Early in the level you will be introduced to how to use this thing, and now, assuming you mastered it, you should twist the world, spike comes out, hits the worm, bingo. At the same time, you have to be careful. Every time you dash or twirl, the spike goes out automatically because you twist the world. So you have to keep an eye on the worm, keep an eye on the spike, get his right momentum, and avoid moments when he's super angry. On top of it, we have a high tension music to support the experience, which you unfortunately cannot hear right now because you're listening to me, and I'm on a horse. So just can't wait you getting your hands on this boss and seeing how much of you will be able to beat it from the first attempt. I reckon it will be close to 0.
I reckon too.
So that was it for my part.
Okay.
So the boss, more elements, different pacing levels, all is coming. Next week we're mastering tons of different versions for different digital distribution platforms. And on 23rd, you know, is our release date.
Yay. So now we're going to, I think, wheel it over to Schmitty for our first batch of questions from you guys. There it is.
Hi everyone, here I am again, as always. Last week and the week before last week, actually. So, let's see what we've got here. I had noted down some questions from last week that we weren't able to answer last week because of time. So, well, let's start with the first question, which was, perfect. That's a good transition since we have seen our, internally we call it the cyclopus. This is this squishy icing just turning into the spiky box. The question was, will the slimy eyes be in the game? You saw it live here. Yes, they're in the game. We managed to put this enemy into the game, and it works quite well, and it feels really awesome to use it as a trampoline, actually. So, just play it and you'll see. So, what else do we have on my list here? Let's see. So juicy questions. That is a good one. Well, will there be female owls? Well, yeah, we asked for that actually, but our producers gave us that look, you know, these typical what? So, yeah, they will pretty much work like the dwarves, so female owls look pretty much like male owls. Just imagine them, female. So, next question, let's see what we have here. About the lighting in levels. The question was asked if we do the lighting in our levels static or dynamic. The answer on that one is we use dynamic lighting, but we're not using dynamic time of day. So lighting yes, but we don't change time of day for levels. Next question. Will the ninja owl be in the game? I'm afraid not. It was actually planned as a boss for later, but it's planned to have it in future content. So we plan on providing downloadable content for the game, and the ninja owl should be in there. If not, I will be really sad. So stay tuned. Yeah. So let's see, what else do we have here? Yes. How much is Chris involved at the moment in the development? Does it interfere with Turrican Ontology? Actually, right now, Chris Hulsbeck is not involved at all in the production of Project Gianna at this point anymore. So Chris was getting very early on the project and provided his melodies quite early. Right now, a friend of Chris, Fabian Del I hope I get the name right. Fabian Del Priore and Aquino and Supremacy are carrying the main bulk of the audio. And in the end, there will be a quality assurance check from Chris. So let's see what else we have on our list here. Next question is about Sarah. As people of you might know, Sarah is a big Mass Effect fan, and the last question that came in on last Friday was, is Sarah a Paragon or a Renegade player? Okay, I can answer this. She's a Paragon player. Keep quiet, director of this show. So let me see. Did I miss something? Actually, no. I think that's my first block of questions. If you have questions, you can provide questions on the live stream. They will be picked up, and in a later bracket, I will try to answer them as good as I can. Handing it over back to Emily.
Thanks, Schmitty. Okay, so here with me is Tommy, an animator here at BFG. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became an animator and how you got to work for Black Forest Games.
Okay. Yeah, first, hi guys. How I got here? Yeah, I was, like in my early 20s, was interested in 3D graphics, so I decided to study something in this direction. So I studied in Berlin 3D art for movies, basically. But after my diploma, I decided to go to the games industry because I always liked games more. Yeah, and I was lucky enough to got hired by Spellbound. It's my first job here. I've been here for 4 years now, a bit more even. And yeah, so that was my way.
So what was your program like? What did you study? Did you study 2D animation first, or did you just 3D?
It was actually a bit of everything. We started animating, like, it was not only animation the study, but animation specifically, we started with 2D animations, really. And then in the second or third term or semester in Germany, we switched to 3D animation. And yeah, that's where I stick because I'm more a 3D guy. You know.
What's your favorite part about working on Gianna Sisters?
For Gianna Sisters, the most interesting thing for me was working with toony characters, because most of the projects we did before, as in the old Spellbound times, were like realistic-based games like Arcania with really human characters, or even the monsters. You cannot overact them. So, and in Gianna, finally we have like cartoony characters with big eyes or funky proportions, so we can do lots of squash and stretchy, overacted animations, which is fun. Yeah.
Do you feel like you have more creative freedom with the cartoon style as opposed to the realistic one?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
You can go to really unrealistic stuff. I mean, I cannot spoiler. My favorite character is the final boss, so I cannot say anything about it. But yeah, you guys will see when you finish the game.
What's your process like when you have an animation to work out? How do you, from talking about it at first and what you need to do you draw it on paper or storyboard it or anything like that? Like, what is the step-by-step?
Yeah, it's it's a funny question because planning it on paper is something you should do. And like in every animation book you read, plan your work, and it's important, but in reality, at least in my reality, most of the time I don't have the time to do it. So if it's not a really complex cutscene-ish thing, but just an in-game animation, most of the time I just start animating right ahead. I mean, of course you sit and think about what you're going to do and think about the poses a little bit, but like really planning everything on paper, I don't do it. Yeah.
Have you animated cutscenes before?
Yeah, we did some stuff in the old Spellbound times, but this was actually not keyframed animation, so it was again more the realistic approach.
Mm-hmm. What's the difference between animating a cutscene as opposed to animating in-game animations?
You only have to animate for a specific shot, for a specific camera perspective, so you don't have to animate like if you just see like a close-up shot, you don't have to animate the feet, for instance,
right,
which comes in handy. And you can really tweak, so it just looks good in this specific shot. That's, I think, the main difference. And you still have to deal with some of the game-specific, technical problems, like low-res characters and stuff like that.
What do you like better, in-game animations or like cutscenes?
Personally, I prefer animating cutscene stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, I like cinematic games very much, and for animating, I think it's you create something that's like the animations themselves. They are longer. It's more acting in the animation.
Mm-hmm.
When you do in-game animations, they are short and they have to blend to the next animation. So sometimes an animation is just like 1 second long or something like that.
Oh, well, we got.
You can just pop in. It's okay.
Hey, Schmitty.
Can you see me?
Oh,
Hi.
need more. Need more.
It's just because it's very.
Come a bit closer.
Yeah. Just squish.
So, sorry for interrupting. There was a question on the chat right now, and you were the perfect guy to answer the question. What software are we using for modeling here, Max or Maya?
Max. For modeling, we use Max.
And for animating?
Yeah, we use a combination of Max and a bit Motion Builder. We've used it in the past at least. And I'm personally a Maya guy, but we're working with Max, and I hope we can change it. It's my personal hope. Yeah.
So you see, every artist and every animator has his preferences. I'm off here.
Go away, Schmitty. Okay. One last question. What's the most important trait that an animator should have if they're going to be working in games? So some people who are watching might be aspiring game animators. So.
As an animator, for animation in general, it's like the classic stuff what you read when you apply somewhere. You need a good eye for motion, sequences, and timing, and that's just something you have to try, and then you figure out. Then you notice if you have like a talent or if you like doing that kind of stuff, because it's really specific. So I would not know. Yeah, it's nothing you can feel just if you never animated. It's, just see if you try. And for the games industry specifically, it depends on the studio. In my opinion, it's more technical problems you run into. So like blending or setting up the characters so they work in the game, and exporting. It's a bit more tricky than for instance making movies or short movies.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. Thanks. So then, more. Oh, I thought you were telling me less. These guys don't know how to run a show. This, P.S., means hurry up, just for future reference. Okay.
Oh well.
So, how would you set up a character for an animation?
Yeah, we can spend lots of time.
Oh, okay, please do, because apparently we have lots of time left.
Yeah, setting up a character for animation. Actually, the backers of you might have seen a little bit of that, because I talked a tiny little bit about that in this, what was this video? Developers
Dev Diary, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, we get the animators, at least in Black Forest, we don't have a dedicated rigger or setup artist, as it's called sometimes. So we get the models from the modeling department, and we set up like a skeleton for it, start to skin it so the deformations look right, and then put a rig on that. A rig is basically it's there to make it easier to animate the skeleton, you know. So you have an IK, so you just move something in space and the arm really moves like that. A skeleton you can just rotate, you cannot translate really.
Skeleton is a good thing. So, I'm back again. We have
Squish in more.
squish. Try to as small as possible. So, we have a question here. Does Gianna have 3 bones? Is the question. 3D animation wise.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just reading what's here on my little poster.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I understand the question right.
Okay, how many bones does she have?
How many bones? Actually, Boris is animating in China, so I don't know exactly, but she has a lot of bones, because she has lots of bones in her hair.
Exactly.
So I think it's over.
Yeah, the hair is a colorful madness when you see it on the screen of Boris. So, yeah.
Yeah, but she has really lots of bones. Over 200 bones, I guess.
Okay, I guess I'm opting out again then. In future.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, where were you? Setting up?
Yeah, setting up. You were at the rig.
Yeah, the rigging. Yeah. So yeah, after the rigging is done, yeah, but that's basically it. I mean, it's very technical, and you know there are really big books and tutorials about how to set up a character. So I don't want to go too much into detail there, but yeah, once the setup is done and the skinning is done, so the deformations are good, you can finally start animating.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, do we have the okay now? Is it okay? Answer gave me a thumbs up, so I figure it's okay. Okay, now we can pass it back to Schmitty. Thank you so much, Tommy, for all of your information for Animating. I'm sure lots of people out there got lots of great answers to the questions. So thanks.
Ciao, guys. Ciao.
Okay, just go, keep going.
That was quite awesome. Right through the screen like a boss. Thanks, Tommy. And thanks, Tommy. Okay. So, where do we start? At first, oh, sorry, now I'm out of the concept again. Can we make a retake? Oh, we're live, so no, we can't. Next is, what will the game cost in the end? So,
Hey, Schmitty, now I bump in. You interrupt me all the time, so now I interrupt you. Because I got brand new information from Boris. It's 255 bones, and more than half of it just for the hair for Jaina.
You heard it here live from Tommy. Okay, so what was my question again? The question was, what will the game cost in the end? So, not more than $15. The exact pricing is not quite certain right now. It's currently an issue that is the discussion. Depends on various issues we have right now, so stay tuned, but definitely not more than $15. US dollars. I guess this dollar symbol means US dollars. Okay.
US and Canadian dollars are the same.
Yeah.
They're the exact same.
Oh.
Just by what anybody tells you.
That's convenient. Makes it. I guess that makes it pretty easy to do your shoppings in Canada then when you're coming from the US, right?
So easy.
I see. Okay. Okay. I guess the people here are trolling me, so I keep going on. So, what do I have here? Next question. When do the sneak peek levels come out? So, good question. I have the answer for you. 1 week before the release. 1 week before the release, our backers will get. Was it the backers? Yes, the backers will get the sneak peek levels. What else? That's an awesome question. Where is Sarah today? Actually, Sarah took the place of my little yellow postal fairy, which is providing me the questions you want to give to me. So the more you question, the more the good Sarah will have to run towards me.
I hate
Which is pretty awesome. Okay, so yes, she's here.
Hello. Goodbye.
Thank you. I sneak a bit more to the left side so that you see more of her next time. Okay, so next question. Where was I? Yeah. Sneak peek only for certain pledge levels? Question mark. Yeah. Yes. All backers that have backed us with $25 plus will get access to the sneak peek version. So that's for sure. So the next question, that's the one Sarah provided me recently. How many hours does it take to create a creature model? Approximately 2 weeks. Depends on the complexity of the model, which is containing modeling and texturing as well. So, with this said, I guess I'm running out of questions, so you should ask faster or something. This is sneak peek. Okay. What shall we do now? This is actually the point again where it goes downwards. So yeah. Hi.
Hey, Schmitty.
Welcome.
I don't know, do you want to like play rock, paper, scissors or something?
No.
Oh, no.
but actually,
God
what I forget and what I wanted to do, I wanted to thank the Arkham. This is a guy from Canada again.
Represent.
For providing me with the most insane YouTube video ever. If you want to know about this, ask him yourself.
Okay.
It was taken from our last presentation.
Don't ask us about it. Ask him yourself.
No. I won't answer this question. This is just a thank you for that because it was awesome, it was cool, and it was weird. But awesome and cool. So, what else could we do? We could play rock, paper, and scissors, but I guess it would be boring for our audience.
Well, we should get Sarah to come over here and say hi, I think.
That's an idea.
So, people watching aren't, watching just for us. I mean, obviously everyone there is only watching for Sarah, so.
No, absolutely.
Oh,
She's our fan.
He's gonna go get her.
Yes,
Go get her. Just pick her up. Oh.
Something is happening over there.
Just do it like a.
Okay, this is really exciting.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna help.
Okay, wonderful. You leave me alone with the audience now. So, if you have any more questions about the game, now is the right time. If you have more questions about owls. Okay. Okay, you should see this. She's been carried in by Emily. This is kind of hilarious.
Good seat. Ow! This way.
Oh, God. You shouldn't drop her right.
This way.
Hello.
This way. There you go.
Yeah, your questions, I wasn't able to answer them because I was dragged and you're so mean. This is unbelievable. Yeah.
Okay, let me get these questions. Wonderful. Oh man.
I can tell you what you're.
Yeah, we are actually game developers and not movie stars or something. So please be patient with us. So what else do we have? A question about modeling again. Good question. Are we doing the modeling for our models first in clay, or do we directly start on the PC? We start directly on the PC. I've never seen clay around here actually. So yeah. Except our animators do this at home, but I don't. No. I guess not. So yep, directly on the PC. Next question. Oh God, now you have to help me out here. What scripting language are we using?
None. Johan told me we don't use any scripting language for Jan. And if you want to know the answer to the engine question, we use like 95% of the engine is built by ourselves, but we're using for some parts middleware of various kinds.
Ta-da! Okay. Yeah. Sarah.
Yes, Sarah, that's me.
How do you react to your fan following? That's a question for you. I think they want to know too, right?
I'm a little bit embarrassed and I think I'm turning quite red right now. And I'm going now.
Okay, wonderful. I guess that's it for the questioning, right? So then, back to Emily, I guess.
Yeah. Oh.
Or Emily's coming back to me. I don't know.
We like to have fun here.
Yeah, right. But actually, I want to go back to my PC.
You can. Okay, you're good.
Tons of stuff to do.
Because we launch soon. Okay. Yeah. So same time next week, every Friday, 7 p.m. Central Time. So I think that's 10 a.m. right for Pacific and 1 p.m. for Eastern, I think. And I think next week we have actually Sarah in my position, which everybody will be really excited about, including Sarah, right? Yay! Yay! Okay, so thank you all for watching, and that's it.
Thanks, Emily. Thanks for watching our show this week. Have a nice weekend, and I hope you tune in again next week. Bye-bye.